Well, happy hump day. It is Wednesday and Thursday is coming up in just a few hours. But today we got hot seat with OG Tony. We got slick, ball-headed Big Glenn up in here. And you got your boy J McLovin. I hope everybody's having a good Wednesday, preparing for all these ice storms. I know in Houston, I ain't going nowhere. I'm going to stay and hunker down in my house because I know these people in Texas don't know how to drive worth a damn.
Hell no.
But yeah, man, we got the shows going, and Tony, take it away, baby.
Yeah, the reason I knew about you guys is Storm coming in. I was watching AEW wrestling, and they announced they were supposed to have a show in Texas, I think Arlington on Saturday, and they canceled it. So they was doing a TV taping for that show tonight for that.
I got you.
Excuse me. Okay, guys. Well, let's jump right into it. I got 10 questions, and different things, sports, a little bit of everything. So let's jump right into it. Favorite sport from when you was a kid? Your favorite sports memory or memories from when you was a kid? Glenn, you ready?
Yeah, I got a few actually. I'll go because it spans from like when the Cowboys won the Super Bowl. You know, it's funny that I was had sent Jay a video of something that from that era. You know, Jimmy Johnson and winning the championships, the Cowboys, and Barry Switzer. Then you know Reggie Miller killing the Knicks in the Garden and going up against MJ. Then Peyton Manning's years and as a Colt, you know, and throwing up all those numbers. Then ending that era with us winning Super Bowl 41. You know, that was an amazing time.
Yeah, I think for me, is my dad. You know, we always went to baseball games and things like that, but I always wanted to go to a football game when I was a kid. You know, my dad finally took me for my birthday. He took me. Now he didn't want to go all the way to Dallas because he had to work the next day. So I got the next best. But I love Earl Campbell. You know, Earl Campbell went to University of Texas, which you know that's my school. He got the Heisman there, and I've always been fascinated with Earl. There's just something magical about that guy. And so he took me there, and we got down there by the end zone. He had some good tickets, and I got to see Earl go into the end zone, and I got to see him up close. And I mean, the guy was just, like that was like the biggest thing in my life. I think I might have been 9 or 10 at the time, and it was just a good time to hang out with my father. And you know, he's an Oilers fan, and it just to be able to see one of the guys that I admired so much up close and personal, it was amazing, man. Absolutely.
Before you go, Tony, I do have a Reds one, and I remember it. I was barely 2 years old watching the Reds win the 1999 championship on the locals TV because we used to live in Richmond at the time. So
okay. I've got a couple live and a couple other ones. My live ones were I got to go to see. I don't even know what year it was, but Indianapolis had an NHL hockey team for a brief time, the Indiana Racers, and I got to see them. I was young, and then of course, and I got to see a lot of Reds games, but I got to go to the '76 World Series, the Reds when they swept the Yankees. So of course, that's probably my biggest one. But a couple that I seen on TV as a kid. Well, one was a radio, believe it or not. I can remember, and I can remember the name because it was a weird name. I can remember late at night listening to the radio, probably 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't know where the fight was. I think it was overseas. And the radio had it on. It was Muhammad Ali taking on a fighter by the name of Oscar Bonavita. And I can remember listening to that fight on the radio. I could still, and I was young, but I can still remember that. And then my other TV one was watching Wild World of Sports. The big fights, and different sporting events. That was, as a kid, was a great memory for me.
Howard Cosell.
Yep.
I remember. I do have one for baseball though, real quick, and then we go on to the next question. Back many years ago, and I'm going back to the early '80s, and again, I was probably about 10 or 11 years old, and my aunt worked for the Texas Rangers. She worked for the owner. She was like his secretary. And so my dad said, and I hadn't seen her, I had never met the lady my life, because she lived up in the Fort Worth area. We just never went that way. So we finally went up there, and it was my dad's cousin. And we saw it. So I guess that'd be my cousin, I guess. But anyway, we went up there and saw her. And she was cool, man. She gave us this big gift bag full of stuff. And then we went down to the clubhouse and got to eat dinner and stuff where all the players eat. And then we got tickets behind the batter's circle. And that's back when, they had the DH at that time. And I was able to get a baseball. That's where I got my Nolan Ryan baseball signed was during that period. And it was cool to see, Nolan Ryan up close and personal, man. It was cool. So that was my second favorite.
Okay. My next question is, in your opinion, what is the greatest sports event in your mind? Could it be the World Series? Is it the Super Bowl? Is it, and it could change because some people are bigger baseball fans than they are football fans. Some people are bigger NBA fans. I don't think the NBA championship in my mind is on the same level. This is my opinion. And some people will say I'm crazy as the World Series or the football or Super Bowl. For me, I don't see the NBA championship on that level. That's just me personally.
Yeah,
there's some people that may be different,
And Tony, you're valid to think that because I just went to experience the finals in person. So and
I mean, and it's interesting, right? I mean, there's. The World Series is, I agree with, the World Series is Super Bowl. I mean, the Super Bowl was always such a great one too, man. The build up to it, right? Everything about it was amazing. But I've always been, that was my first love was baseball. So I agree with you. I think the World Series, the only thing that's better than the World Series would be, I guess, the Olympic. I mean, some of that Olympic stuff when we're representing the country, like I tell you, I didn't get to experience it, right? But you got to admit, man, when Jesse Owens, won during that time period, those gold medals and stuff, I mean, that was huge for the United States. I mean, that was absolutely huge, and I don't know if there was anything bigger than probably that moment because most of our young kids were overseas fighting during that war. So I kind of think at that period of time, I think all of America really needed that uplift. And so I felt like that was probably one of the biggest moments in history.
Man,
for me, it's the Olympics for me, and the reason I say that is how many people would you watch the gymnastics and Olympics? Most people will. They'll watch it, and it's exciting. Right. They're not going to watch a gymnastic meet on TV when it's not the Olympics. When it's not the Olympics, they're not going to watch it. I don't. I'm just being honest.
Right.
But I mean,
right.
There's the track and field. I do watch some track and field if something's on TV and I see it. I will watch track and field stuff. But the boxing, the wrestling, just everything. To me, for me, it's the Olympics is the biggest sporting event, and then probably it's close for me with baseball and World Series. It's for me football and the World Series. I'm gonna give the Super Bowl slight edge over the World Series now, and we'll talk about baseball. I've got another question about baseball a little later. What about you,
man? I tell you what.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tom.
I was gonna say, man. Mine is a tie because the week of both of these events, I am fired up like you wouldn't believe. And the two events I'm talking about is the Super Bowl week and WrestleMania week.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
I get that.
Tony has.
I get that.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And I think I'm gonna go out and spend half the week out in Vegas in April. Check out WWE World and probably go to NXT Takeover. I want to stay the whole weekend because that's a lot of money, But yeah, WrestleMania week and Super Bowl.
I think the reason, Tony, I don't know about you, man, but I think the reason why I love the Olympics so much is I know what it takes, or how long it takes for them guys to get there. I mean, if you think about it, if you're an Olympian, you may only get maybe 3 cracks at most, maybe 4, depending. But you may only get 3 or 4 cracks at getting that gold medal. And so think about all their life that they put in and they invest into it only for 3 or 4 times trying to get it. I mean, that's incredible. Because even think about it, if you're baseball, football, basketball, you might have 20 cracks at it. But these kids, man, they only get, maybe 1 or 2 and they may not even get there because they may not qualify. I mean, they can everything that they have to do to get there. I mean, it's just so elevated.
And if for 30, you probably ain't getting no crack out of it,
Yeah, well, it's for the glory of it, and it's not. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you win a gold medal, you can get some endorsements and make some money, but they're not making football money, baseball money. I mean, they're not. I mean, so it's definitely a passion and you know, for that. So, guys, my next question, we're gonna go a little different way. Songs that hit home for you. A song that just maybe I'm not saying necessarily make you cry or something. I mean, if it does, it does. You know, there's something that hits home with you, something that resonated with you. You know, now or as a kid or whenever. Glenn, what about for you?
I think Creed Take Me Higher, and that's just because the lead singer for Creed wore a Danny White jersey during Thanksgiving weekend at the Super Bowl or at the Cowboys game, But it's just the fact of being able to live the lyrics and stuff with that.
A lot of Mellencamp songs. I was about 17. Jack and Diane.
Yeah, hell yeah!
I had never heard a song like that. That really, that type of song really resonated with me. The one song, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say when we went to the Ursa thing, was that one of the years that Cougar performed? I can't remember.
I think he did. Yeah, I believe he did. Yeah.
Cause I couldn't remember because I know like I had went to a few others. I just couldn't remember if he performed that one. Yeah, he did actually.
Yep, and I got to see Mellencamp, and I was still in high school. I think it was 81. I got to see him and Hart. I still can remember I paid $12.50 for the ticket in 1981 to see Mellencamp and Hart. Mellencamp opened up for Hart. He was just starting to make it at that time. But yeah, Jack and Diane's a big one for me. Another one that gets me a little bit, that song, the one about America, Lee Greenwood.
Yeah. Yeah.
That does get in my feels. I'm not gonna lie.
The one where he talks about the mountains and
yeah,
definitely.
definitely.
From the Bluebird Mountain to the River. Yeah. I can hear it in my head.
Okay.
No, what about you, Jay? Too. I love that song too. No, I'm all about that. I've got Tony. There's so many, man, but I'm going to give you about 5 or 6 that honestly are equal all across the board. The first one for me is, and every time I hear it, I got to dance, and it makes me happy, man. It's "Sweet Home Alabama" by Leonard Skinner, and now, by the way, that's also tied with my other one by Leonard Skinner, "Freebird." Those are just, I mean, God, man, I can listen to that all day long on loop. My other one, and you're gonna see a pattern here. My other one is Allman Brothers, "Midnight Rider." I can listen to that all day long. And then probably going into the Eagles, it would be "Seven Bridges Road." I love "Seven Bridges Road," man. I mean, that's just freaking timeless, right? I mean, those are probably songs that on those lines were just incredible, man. And I mean, I can listen for days.
Another one for me would be Limp Bizkit, "Bullet Bridge."
Okay. Jay, you mentioned that song "Midnight Rider." It's weird because Dusty Rhodes would lose when he wrestled, he would leave like a losers leave town match, and he would come back as a mask guy, and his name would be the Midnight Rider, and his name would be the Midnight Rider, and that would be his entrance music. The Midnight Rider would be his entrance music.
Oh hell yeah,
yeah!
And I would tell you, a close 7 would be pretty much anything by Fleetwood Mac. I'm a huge Fleetwood Mac kind of guy. But anyway, yeah.
Okay, guys, my next question. Is there any hope for baseball? Or with the way things are going with the salary and the money and everything? Is it over, guys? Is baseball as we know it, is it over? I mean, I did see an article today, and they talked about actually it was a Reds guy that did the article and said that for example, he's seen somebody put out a thing of making a salary cap, and it'd be 300 million would be the most you could spend. But on the other end, like Chris had brought up before, you would have to spend at least 175 million. So a team like the Reds, who's only spending 123 million, they would have to up their money. So I thought that was interesting. But I seen a guy write an article about that today. Jay, what do you think? Is it over? I mean, if from this end, just like Chris says, I agree with the players. You've let this go, and they're the ones that's going to take the hit. I mean, and I can understand them not wanting to take a hit. I can understand them wanting their damn money. Because I understand. So, what do you think? Is baseball over?
Well, here's what we do know. What we do know is that the owners are outraged. When Kyle Tucker got that signing, he was outraged because they actually offered a longer contract with more money. I want to say it was the Mets organization, but there was one of their organization that was trying to get him. They offer him a longer contract, and they wind up going with a shorter contract, maybe about 50, 60 million less. So the owners are pissed off. They actually went to Rob Manfred and they told Rob Manfred, "Hey, we're not doing it." I said, you're gonna have to figure something out because this CBA, they want a hard cap. All the owners, all the way across, probably except for the Dodgers, but all the owners across the board want a hard cap. They want to be able to be competitive with the bigger teams. And I'm sorry, right now, and that's the Steinbrenner rule. Right now, that's what the Dodgers are doing. They're just mapping it right after, and all of them have mapped it after George Stein. He was the first one that did it, and we kind of let it slide. But now you're seeing, the bigger markets saying, "Hey, let's go ahead and do this. Let's buy these championships," and they're doing it, and they can. And the smaller markets can't keep up. There's no way financially. There's no way they can do it. So it's a huge competitive disadvantage. And if they don't get it under control, they will start losing fans. So let's be honest. The only people that are happy about it are Dodgers fans, right? They're the only ones. But if you're any other market out there and you're seeing what's going on, fan interest is going to dwindle because they know they're not competitive. So why should they attend if they know there's nothing they can do? So it's a huge thing for baseball. They cannot keep going the way in which they're going and think that the sport is going to survive because it will not. It will not survive. And I don't care how much profit sharing you think you're giving, you're still not going to compete with them. I promise you that. It may keep your team afloat, but you're not going to be competitive, okay? And then you're going to lose fan bases because they're going to want you to do what they're doing and you can't. So it's absolutely horrible. And I guarantee you the Players Association, they're going to have to understand that. And there's going to have to be some meeting of the minds. And I would not be surprised, Tony, if we go into a strike. And I think this leads back to what you were saying. If they don't get this hard cap done, there's going to be a strike. And I don't know how long it's going to last. It's going to be everlasting, I guess, long whoever, gives in first. But, yeah, I think we're going for a dry spell. And, Tony, I don't think we can recover. I don't think baseball can recover if they have a long strike.
And we just started to recover before COVID from the 94 strike, right? It took us a long time to get back to relatively decent numbers. So, but as far
go ahead.
I was gonna say, as far as my thoughts on it, in the words of the late great British Bulldog, MLB's foot. Yeah, unless it gets a hard cap. Yeah, they foot.
Yeah. Well, as long that's what it's going to take, Jay. I think fans are going to have to quit spending money, quit watching on TV. I think if that happens, then you affect the bottom line. Because right now, I believe that most owners of baseball teams are making money. So as long as they're making money, some owners, not all owners. I'm sure the Yankees are outraged, but a guy like the Miami Marlins, he don't give a shit. He's making money. So, so some owners are okay as long as they're making money.
Yeah, absolutely.
So then, if the bottom line gets affected, that could change. That could change everything.
Yeah.
So
like the two top pension and Castellini's.
Yeah. I think baseball's in trouble. I think it's in big trouble. I really do.
Yeah.
And then these guys that are Dodger fans, saying, "Oh, spend money then, spend this money and all this stuff." Well, when there ain't no more baseball, we'll see how happy they are.
Exactly.
Think about it though. Look, when these dudes got payrolls of like $2.2 billion in Dodger land, and I'm over here in Houston, I think we're right at $200 million. Are you serious? We think Houston can just go out and spend $2.2 billion? No, they can't.
No, there's only a handful. Maybe the Yankees might be able to do it. The Mets might be able to do it. That's probably it. I don't know if there's any other markets that can. There may be a couple more, but
Seattle, I think, probably could.
I don't know. It's crazy. My next question, guys. IU come off a big championship win. Of course, now things are going to change. They had a lot of seniors on this team, so now of course, they're going to the back into the portal and getting some more players. I think they've got like 15 or 16 so far. Question: does IU make the college playoffs next year, Glenn?
Yes, and I'll tell you why. I've referenced this story from Curry and Company, which is the local sports radio here in Indy. Jay Curry has sit in on and I think it was Scott Dolson's office, which is the IU athletic director, and it was one of the mornings that he had requested Signetti to come up with a list within a month of players that he wanted to grab out of the transfer portal. Signetti had that son bitch to his desk in 2 hours, and Scott Dolson didn't need it for a month. So I think Signetti will reload accordingly, and we'll be back in it.
What do you think, Jay?
Yeah, I mean, I actually believe in this Signetti guy. I mean, I think what he says is almost the gospel of college football. He says all he does is win, and I know he has a blueprint. If he had a blueprint coming up from JME all the way up to here, then he had it. So why would he not? I mean, he has a great blueprint right now with IU. The culture is amazing. Everybody loves the guy. The culture is on point, and he knows the kind of guys he wants for that system, right? So I absolutely I have them in the top 2 or 3 in the playoffs again. I think they're going to, and I think they have a good shot to repeat. I mean, we'll see what the other teams got, but I mean, there's a good shot that they could actually repeat.
It's hard to repeat, and they're going to reload some. So I definitely think they'll make the playoffs again. I think they'll have a chance to repeat, but I do think they make the playoffs. I did see their schedule. They play Ohio State at home, fourth game of the year. They've got Ohio State at IU, the 4th game of the year. They also play Michigan, USC, and I think maybe Penn State. I think that's their toughest games that they have. I looked at Texas' schedule. Texas got a pretty tough schedule.
It's SEC, so
Texas has got a pretty. I mean, not.
I didn't even look at the Texas schedule, but I knew they were going to have a tough one. I mean, which is good.
Yeah,
I mean, they need to have a look. I don't want a cakewalk schedule because I feel like then it starts raising questions about credibility, this, that, and the other, and I don't want to hear that. So I mean, look, and if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. If we can't beat the best coming up, then what are we talking about anyway?
Or be like Cincinnati beat the shit out of them.
I'm surprised that they didn't want to do a Miami in there and have like a repeat or like a repeat in their in their schedule, but
and you want to talk about a cakewalk schedule, Notre Dame.
Yeah, no shit.
See, they play Miami and Florida. They do play Miami again, but it's down towards the end of the season this time, not early in the season. But That's it. That's pretty much it. I think they play BYU the last game of the season. They've got and they've got.
Well, it must be nice when you're hand picking your schedule.
Yeah.
You're cherry picking their damn schedule, so I guess it must be nice.
Yep. Okay, guys, this question: where does IU season in this college football championship? Where does this rank in history?
Oh shit! You want me to go to first, Tony?
Go ahead.
Because I got a good idea. Because I experienced it and I've seen it firsthand. I'm gonna say top 5, maybe top 3, maybe even number 1. I'm not gonna give it a definite place, but it's up near the top. Because the way they Signetti changed the culture in Bloomington to him pretty much becoming a household name and right at 2 years.
I think. Yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that shit is insane. How much things have changed. So I'm definitely putting it in there. Potentially number 1.
I think it's the number 1 college football season. I'm not saying I use the greatest team ever. I'm not going to say that because that's hard to say. I mean, Look at that LSU team in 19. They were very good. So I mean, that's hard to compare that kind of stuff. But I'm talking about the season, the season that they had, and especially before where they came from. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 3 wins, losing his college football team, and to do 27-2 after Cincinnati gets there. To me, there's people that was on TV today said some people think it's the greatest sports story ever. Some people were saying that on TV.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. I think it's up there. I mean, it could be top 3, top 5, definitely top 10, maybe even top 5 as far as the story goes. But to me, I think it's as good as college season that any team's ever had. You're 16-0, 16-0, and where they came from, they beat some pretty good teams. I'm not saying they had the toughest schedule in the world because they didn't, but hey, they beat who they played 16 times. They won all 16 times. So I mean, you got to give them credit there. Jay,
before Jay goes, I want to say it's almost as crazy as the 76 Hoosier basketball team, their run, because it wasn't 64 teams in the March Madness tournament. It was like 32 or 16 or some shit, and the teams that made that tournament, were like pretty much the best of the best. There wasn't no freaking chumps in that tournament either. So to have it up there near 1 is probably a good thing.
Okay, Jay, what do you think?
Yeah, no, for me, I think it is the greatest game because look, nobody else could do it. If it was that easy to do, we'd have at least 1 or 2 in the 100 years that it's been around since the last time it was done. And we all know that how that looks. So no, I mean, there's nothing wrong with saying it's the best because it really is. There's nobody else that's done that. Nobody. So how do you not say it's the greatest season ever? Because they didn't take any losses. And it's not like they had a Trump scale. Because they beat Ohio, the reigning champion last year, in their championship. So no, I absolutely think it was the best. And like you said, Tony, they didn't even have a program 2 years ago. You come into football and take it seriously, and then the second year in, you had the best season ever, a perfect season, That's crazy. That's
exactly.
Crazy. But I will say this though, my second favorite one is Vince Young when he put it against SC Carroll, and Vince Young put that game on his back and ran his ass off and got the win. My third one though, I'm going to get third one, and then I'm done. Is Nick Saban's Alabama, and I hate Alabama, but how many people can take a dude out, insert a dude in at halftime, and then come back and win the damn thing? Come on,
no
Nick,
shit.
What the hell?
And before I go to the next thing, Tony, I do want to add more caveat to the IU shit. For the longest time, we've been in basketball school. Well, to get basketball tickets, season tickets at IU, you had to buy IU football tickets. So that tells you how bad he sucked.
Yeah. Okay, guys, this was going to be for Jay and Chris, and it was two. One question was for Jay, one was for Chris, but it will work out. Glenn can take Chris's place, but I'll do Jay's first. Which means the most to you, the Houston World Series championships or the Dallas Cowboys championships?
You're killing me, man. But I will say this, and I'm going to talk about the Astros and the Rockets because those are my teams. I think for me, it's the Houston ones, and the reason why I say that is because Dallas has been there so many times. I mean, their history has been so established, that it was automatic go for those guys. I mean, we expect them to do that, right? I mean, it's up until the last 30 years. Let's be honest. Before you take the 30 years out of the equation, I mean, that was automatic go. Now with Houston, they've been around since the 60s. They actually started out as the Colt 45s, and then they became the Houston Astros. And they had never won a damn thing, nothing. And so that was the one thing. And it also bridged me and my father together because that was the one thing that we had in common was the Astros and the Rockets. So it meant a lot to me as a family, and it meant a lot here and now. And so that 2022, I mean, you can say what you want to say, but the game I got at 22. So that was the best one for me. And then the Rockets championships, I mean, come on, that was the same story, right? We should have had it in 86. We didn't get it done in 86. We came back then and got it then. And the fact that, Jordan wasn't there, we can say what we want to about it, but we still went back to back. And I take a lot in that.
Yeah, so definitely, especially going back to back. That's not easy to do. I agree. Big Glenn, which is for you, the Reds World Series, Colts Super Bowl, or IU National Championship?
Damn, I've looked at all three of them too, obviously. And Man, because I remember how crazy the mini Colts parade in -5 was, in 2007. I'm gonna have to go IU because how much the world we was and to get where we got so quickly and seeing the culture change and this living through it and experiencing it firsthand in person, some of the shit. So I would have to say IU.
I think right now I would say IU because I think a lot of that's hard because it's so fresh. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It just happens so fresh. Like for me, getting to go to the Reds World Series in '75 and living through the Big Red Machine, a dynasty at that time, and then the Colts only got one Super Bowl at that time, and could have been a dynasty if not for the New England Patriots kicking our ass. So,
yeah,
but definitely still was a great team, and living through that great era, where they were a really good team for a lot of years. So we've been fortunate, and that way. But right now I would say IU, and then next for me, the Colts thing was great, but the fact that I got to go to the World Series, I'd probably take that over the Colts. But
yeah.
all three of them are great for me.
Oh, absolutely. Because I even remember, like I said, I remember the '90 World Series a little bit as well and stuff. So
Next question, guys. You got to bet on a team to win the college football championship next year. Who you gonna bet on?
shit. I'll let Jay go first because I know my answer.
There's going to be some good teams. I mean, I think Texas is going to be very good. Another team to watch out for is Oregon. They got that quarterback back, and they're going to build up their front lines. They're going to try to build up that offensive defensive line. They see how they got knocked off the ball. They're going to retool. There's no doubt. Ohio State, they're going to be hungry as hell. They're going to retool. So I mean, I think college teams are going to be. I think it's really going to be a hell of a playoff next year. I think there's really going to be some really good teams. That's why I think it's going to be hard for IU to repeat.
Yeah.
But if I'd want to look at the odds and see what the odds were. Speaking of that, guys, there was a guy that bet on IU at the start of the season.
Yep.
He bet $2,400. Bet $2,400, and he won $300,000.
Yeah, I was gonna say it had to be over 100,000 return because the odds are pretty wild.
I forget what it was at the start of the season.
It was heavy plus it was at least I would say probably 2,400 at least.
You want me to go first, or who's going first on that one?
I'll let you go first because I know my answer. My answer is gonna be so easy.
Oh no, yeah, if it's my money and I have to come home and explain to Mel why I lost $1,000. Then I'm going to bet on the closest thing to a sure thing as possible because I don't want to have to face that reality. So if I'm betting my money, I probably would put it on IU because I have a lot of faith in Cignetti. I wouldn't put it on Texas only because I just don't have a lot of faith in Sarkisian. I think it comes down to him. I just don't have the faith in him. But Cignetti, all I do is win. Yeah, that's what I want to hear because that's all I need to do is win because my wife going to kill me if not. So I'd probably put it on IU. Now, if it's somebody else's money, I'd throw it on Texas.
I would go IU in my second choice just because they're pretty good. And you talked about this guy being a real good coach, Kirby Smart. My second pick would be Georgia. Would probably be my second pick.
I could see that.
Big Lynn?
You know where we're going with this. It's going to be IU, and I'll tell you why. Cignetti is like a Big Lynn doppelganger when it comes to fucking women. Tell me where I'm wrong.
Okay, he's going IU. Okay, guys, this is question number 9, and we'll go to 10. Jay, you go first on this. The best, best meal you've ever had.
Oh, that's an easy one. Yeah, Al, it was expensive, and I had to pick up the tab. So it was expensive.
It better be good.
I like the fact that I had to pick up the tab, but I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I mean, you don't get it very often. And that would be my friend John Carlo. I told him, I said, man, look, I ain't seen you in 10 years because at that time I've been overseas all my life. So I hadn't seen him in forever. And it was his birthday. And I said, man, I'm coming back into town on leave. All right, man. Hey, wherever you want to go eat at, I said, I got you. Now, I thought he would pick something like maybe Texas Roadhouse or Longhorn or some bullshit like that. No, this dude says, hey, I'm going to go to B&B Butchers. And I'm like, B&B Butchers? All right, man. I didn't know nothing about it. And then so we go there, and me and Mel go up to the door, and I look in, because you got big glass, and you can see through that. And I'm like, oh, Mel. I said, I think we're in for how much money we got in the bank? Because I think this is going to be expensive.
Yeah.
And she's like, we'll be all right. We'll be all right. I don't know, because right now I feel like anyway, I'll make a long story short. We go in this place, Tony. And I mean, the bartenders are dressed to the nines. They look like those 1920s barbers.
Yeah.
The whole restaurant was 1920s. Everything was like, it was like roaring 20s up in there. And I already knew. I said, damn, yeah, we're fucked. Anyway,
it's the kind of place that
we get to the table. And they bring a little rack thing and they set it next to Melanie so she could put her purse on this little rack. And I'm like, yeah, I know we're really in trouble now. This is and then the guy goes, what would you like to drink, sir? And I'm like, fucking water. What do you think? No, I didn't say that, but I did. I got a brandy old fashioned, and then Mel got some fancy drink. I don't remember. I think it was like a martini or something. And he brings it back, and everybody else had their drinks and stuff. And John Carly got some fancy drink. I don't remember what it was now, but and then the waiter goes, "I want to let you know that all of our steaks. Because have you ever been here?" I said, "No." I said, "Well, we have our own cattle. Like we butcher our own cattle." I'm like, "Yeah, now I'm really fucked."
Yeah.
So because I'm like, so then the guy says, "Yeah, we butcher our own cattle and things like this, and this." And I'm like, "Can I have a menu?" "Oh yeah, here it is." And he starts passing out the menus, and I'm flipping through it, and I'm like, oh, every damn steak was more than $100 just for the steak. Yeah. I'm not talking about the drinks. I'm talking about just the steaks. And so I had a beef Wellington, and you can't get it anywhere else I've ever seen. That's Gordon Ramsay's famous dish. Yeah, and it was beautiful, man. And then I think Mel got some dry aged beef, and then John Carlo went to go get this damn dry aged Wagyu, and I was like, God. Can't you order off the kids' meat? So this dude comes back. He comes back, and when it's all said and done, and he gives me the tab, and I open the thing up, and it's like, fuck, man. So is the decimal point supposed to be there? Because it needs to be one place over. That's some bullshit. And I said, Mel. I said the bill's over $400. It's like $430 for 3 people. $3 for 3 people. And I said, Mel. I said, we got enough to cover this shit. This looks like a car payment. And she goes, yeah, dude, we're okay. I said, well, hey, we ain't giving no tip. Hell with that shit. I said $430. I said, I ain't got no more money left. I said, you see, so the waiter comes back, man, and I'm like, look, man. Here's 430. Here's a 10 spot. I said, I'll give you the rest of the tip, but can I take this in payments? Like you take installments? I'm just saying, it was the best food I ever had. But fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What about you, Big Glenn?
Yeah, before I give you mine, I was gonna say those are the kind of places where they just give you a number on the menu as far as how much it is.
Oh man, it's not even a dollar sign. You're right.
Yeah,
it's a number.
About 185. You know.
Yep.
But my favorite place to eat is actually in Richmond, Mancino's Pizza and Grinders. Okay. BLT, extra mayo, or the nachos. The nachos are like size of a pizza. Tony, you've probably been to Mancino's. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yep. Chris loves her nachos.
Yeah, that's some good shit right there, pal. You know,
the sandwiches are good. The best meal I had was in Las Vegas. One of Bobby Flay's restaurants, the Mesa Grill. I ate there. I got to eat there about 3 times, but the best one I had first time I'd ever had barbecue duck tacos with a chicken and sweet potato hash. And
that sounds delicious.
It was fantastic, man. It was out of this world. So that was the best meal I ever had.
I think
that duck was unbelievable.
Yeah. I think if you went back to Vegas, I'm not sure if it's still there, but the first time I went to Vegas in 2021, they got a place at the Luxor called Diablo's Cantina. And it's a bar. It's a place with a whole bunch of spicy shit. I think you and Gonzo and all those guys would like that shit.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, guys, the last question. We've done this before on one of those afternoon shows, but we're going to do it again. And it's not the same list. But, guys, the top 10 America's favorite foods.
Oh.
So, top 10 America's favorite. This is in America. Don't think, out of the country. So, I'll let Glenn give a guess first. What do you think the most favorite food is in America, Glenn?
I feel like this one should be quite obvious. I'm going to say number one is probably pizza.
And you're going to freak out. Pizza's not even on this list.
Holy shit. God damn.
Okay, Glenn. Jay.
Yeah. Do I look? Yeah. I'm gonna say.
I'll take that back. But Glenn, hold on. I'll take that back because I crossed out one because I wrote it down twice. Pizza is on the list. I'm sorry. I apologize. It was number 2. Excuse me.
Number 2. I figure it's up there. He's about to rate it.
Pizza is 2.
I'm gonna say barbecue.
Barbecue is number 8.
Okay.
Yeah. Glenn?
Burgers.
Number 1, hamburger or cheeseburger? What do you think, Jay?
I'm gonna say Kentucky Fried Chicken or just fried chicken.
Fried chicken's number 3.
Yeah. Wow.
What do you think, Glenn?
Fries.
I'll tell you this: fries was number 11. They didn't make the top 10.
Yeah.
And with some of that's ahead of it, I don't understand. There's 2 or 3 on there. One I can see because a lot of people love it. I don't. Okay, whose turn? Okay, it's Jay's turn, I believe.
All right, so I'm gonna go with hot dogs.
Hot dogs is on the list, number 4.
Yeah, I figured that would be on there.
Big Glenn?
Ice cream.
Ice cream's number 7.
Yeah, I can see ice cream on there. Oh man.
4 spots left, guys. 5, 6,
right.
9, 10.
I'm gonna say burritos.
Not on there.
Tacos.
Not on there. That's surprising. I'm surprised
Yeah.
Taco not on.
Especially Taco Bell.
I'm about to say, man, that's like the number 1 thing is Taco Bell. All right, I got it. You ready? Chicken wings, buffalo wings.
Number 10. I thought that'd be higher.
Yeah.
I thought so too.
Wings, man.
Especially, yeah. Who doesn't want
I can
wings
see
on any sporting event?
I could see wings being 1.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nowadays.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was number 10. Now it's going to get tough. These 3 are tough. Said nachos.
Yeah, I was going to say nachos, but I was going to give you something else. I'll go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Spaghetti.
Nope. Nachos or spaghetti's not on there.
Okay.
Potato chips.
Not on there. I'm gonna give you hints.
Okay.
One is a dessert. The other 2 are sides.
Cake.
It's not cake.
Cheesecake.
How many guesses you get, dude? Hold on. Jay.
Man, well, I will tell you right now, my favorite dessert, honestly, is sopapillas, but I know that's not on there.
No.
So what I'm gonna go with is I'm gonna say pie.
What kind of pie?
Apple pie.
That's it. Number 6. So we got number 5 and number 9, and they're both sides.
Okay.
Oh, that's going to be it.
Go ahead, Jay.
Mac and cheese.
Damn you.
That's number 5.
Damn you.
See, I'm not a big mac and cheese guy, but a lot of people are.
Yes.
Now, number 9, it's a side.
Jay, you better get this because I think I know what it is.
I'm gonna say fried okra.
Nope.
I
love fried okra. If you put hot sauce on fried okra, dude, I'm all about that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Anyway, all right.
Glenn?
Mashed potatoes.
That is correct. Number 9. So that ain't no way. Ain't no way mashed potatoes would be on my list of favorites.
Yeah.
You know what? Because that makes sense. Because what's always you get when you go to KFC or pretty much, well, let's be honest, pretty much any
chicken place
restaurant, they always give you beans or mashed potatoes or green beans.
Okay, guys.
Yeah.
Well, out of this list I give you, we just talked about what would be your number one. Mine wouldn't be ham. Mine would be barbecue. Would be number one for me.
Oh,
And then number two out of these items would probably be. It'd be close between fried chicken and wings. I'd probably go with wings second and fried chicken third for me. Out of these items.
No, I mean, look, I'm from Texas. Okay, barbecue is number one here, so you already know it's barbecue. And look, and I love wings because I eat. As a matter of fact, I just ate wings today, and I love wings. And then my third one though would probably be quesadillas.
Okay,
it's not on the list, but it'd be quesadillas.
What about you, Glenn?
Pizza, tacos, and probably nachos.
Okay.
But let me ask you this. I don't, because when I was growing up as a kid, when it was nachos, it was just one big smorgasbord, and it was all one big mountain of crap, right?
Yeah.
And your hands always got messed up, and you're sitting there, and it was always messed. There are Mexican places here now that they will divide, like they give you the chips are bigger, like you got like 12 chips, right? But they're good size, and everything is all so it's beautiful. Maybe put a little hot, and you can just, and it's so nice, man. I love it when they do it like that versus a big mountain.
Well, see, I go to Cordoba and I get their nachos, but what I do is they put it in a bowl. They put my chips on the side, so it's almost like a dip. So I got chips on the side, and then I've got my beans, my rice, my cheese, my meat, all the toppings in that bowl, and then I get my chips, and
There you go.
It's fantastic.
I have one request, and this is to anybody out there that makes rice, like Mexican rice, right? Please understand. Stop putting vegetables in your rice. I don't need peas. I don't need carrots unless it's fried rice and it's Asian style.
Yes.
But Mexican style, no. Just give me the rice. All I want is the rice because I'm gonna mix it with my beans anyway.
Yep.
I agree.
You mean tell me you don't like
damn vegetables in the rice?
You mean tell me you don't like a little bit of carrots with your taco beans?
No, I do not.
All right, guys, you got anything before we get out of here?
No, that was good. That was a good one, Tony.
Hey, who doesn't want some elote? That's another thing. I can eat the hell out of some elote.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
I freaking love elote, man. That's all I got, Tony. Glenn, you got anything else? You good?
Nah, I feel like I need to have Tony tell me where that one place was that he ate at when he was in Chicago last time, because I think I'm gonna try to hit that place up for the Elimination Chamber.
Oh, the grilled cheese place?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can get the name from my grandson because he used to work there.
Hell yeah, because I think I'm gonna go up the day before. So.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, there you go, folks. That's what we do here. We hook people up with places that we don't know about. That's what we do here on the show. And if you guys are as hungry as I am, it's time to go raid the refrigerator and see what I can come up with. Until next time, it's your boy Jay McLovin.
Make sure you got blue in the cage.
Yeah. One thing. Tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central. We're back Thursday Night Blitz. We'll be talking. We'll be talking the NFL playoff games. We'll be talking also about the coaches, about all the coach movement. Wait a minute, is that Friday? No, the coaches is Friday. We'll be talking about the Bills owner who made some statements. I don't know if you guys seen that about a player being drafted that he really didn't want, and the coaches did. I wonder how that player feels. But we'll be talking. That's just a little tease. We'll be talking about that tomorrow. And then also, I got the top 10 greatest NFL plays of all time.
There you go, folks. You don't want to miss Thursday, and you don't want to miss Friday.
Before you go, Jay, I was going to say, if you're going to raid your fridge, make sure you got blue locked up.
That dude. I got smart, man. I the way my cabinet is now, it folds in, so he can't pull it.
Yeah.
That dude, he knows how to open the refrigerator. I've come home many a times, and my whole dining room floor was just full of whatever's in my refrigerator. My wife had a heart attack.
Yeah.
Anything going on Thursday for the wrestling show?
Yep. Face the Hill.
Yeah. That's 8:00. We got the wrestling show. Check us out. We'll be talking all kinds of pro wrestling.
There you go. Face the Hill for all you guys that love wrestling. Your boy Jay, OG Tony saying thanks for watching Hot Takes with OG Tony. Time to go hit the refrigerator. But before you hit that refrigerator, give us a like or a comment, and definitely give us a subscribe on our YouTube channels. We certainly appreciate that on Gonzo Sports Room and Elite Sports and Entertainment Network. Till next time, deuce.